And we are live tonight from the Outer Rim in what is another gorgeous night here at Urza's Holotable Hall. How are you guys doing? And tonight we are back with another Game Changer request, this one coming in from our very own Jared. Hopefully not the Jared from Subway. But he says, "Yo, Urz, I have a bounty hunter team here with some infinite loot potential. You have my interest. Boba leads Zam, Boss, Greedo, and Dengar, and then he has the turn order there all in parentheses. Ideally, you want Greedo, Bosk, and Zam all to have one speed difference. Greedo removes Taunt, Bosk uses Frenzy, Zam throws out all the thermals. Zam's special, the thermals, will trigger Bosk's Frenzy. Then you call the assist with Zam and get full turn meter. Now with Taunt dispelled, you're picking off thermals one by one. So this sounds like a very well thought out thing on paper. A lot has to happen for it to all go right, but I'm a man who loves a challenge. And let's go ahead and fire up the old test account and see if we can create the magic here. Also, a quick reminder, if you're having fun at the hall and you enjoy my content, go ahead and leave me a like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out. All right, enough talk. Let's see if these thermal hunters can do their thing after the break. Let's hit it. So just to show you guys before we get started, I did go in and remod the team to fit into the proper turn order with the right speeds as requested. And I did run this comp up against the various gauntlet of teams, and I ran into problems pretty much immediately trying to get that very specific turn order to happen. Against Nightmare, once they got going, there was just no catching Nightmare. And a properly sped up Thrawn will derail things right out of the gate. He'll just randomly pick somebody and fracture them. So with having no pre-taunt in the lineup to soak up that fracture, the special open just was not happening there. Next up, I tried the Traya meta. It performed slightly better here with thermals now being uncleansable, but it still got straight up waxed. And I think the big problem here is, again, the fracture in the very beginning. Okay, now here's where things get interesting, guys. I was able to beat Bastila. I only did one attempt here, but I was 100% certain this was going to be the absolute worst matchup with all that tenacity bonuses from her leadership. And then basically you have Hermit Yoda, the contract's on Hermit Yoda, and he's stealth for half the fight, so you're not making any progress toward your contract. So I don't know if this was just total RNG or just luck. But basically what happened was I just was staying on GK the whole time. Got a huge execute off on him because of all the buffs and debuffs that are out there. And then just started slowly working my thermals and focusing in on that contract. And that is, this team is very mid-rangey. It really picks up steam as you kind of go along there. And once you get that contract, you really have a good chance of winning. So it did beat Bastila. Contract got activated, and we just unloaded on those Jedi. So total shocker. Didn't expect that at all. So next up, I tried it against First Order, and again, I couldn't get the specific open to happen. You're dealing with a very fast officer on the opposition. He's going to stun somebody out of the gates, causing some disruption. So unless you're running like Skycrack mods, or it's just some insane mods, you're not going to get that open to work. But let's not let that notion, and I know that's been the theme of this video so far, but let's not let that ruin a good video. And let's talk about how you can use your thermal hunters here to just wreck First Order, or maybe you get lucky against Basti. But even though it even works without Bosk. If you want to take Bosk out and run Cad in that slot, he has some thermal detonator synergy as well on, I think when his contract gets activated, he does some thermal stuff. So again, this team is very mid-rangey, and once that contract hits, you are off to the races. So if you can hang in to the middle of the fight, things really start to happen. It just takes the bounty hunters a little bit of time to get going. So anyways, I just want to give Jared a big thank you for the submission. Even though it didn't work, it was still a fun thing to test. And lastly, a couple big birthday shout-outs here. My homie Panic Pete and Etos, yeah, it's Greek for eagle. I had to look it up. So wishing you guys both a happy birthday. And if you've got an upcoming birthday or a game changer request, why don't you swing on by Urza's Holotable Hall Discord server and let me know. It's your ultimate social hub for a galaxy of heroes. It's dressed to impress, and the Twi'leks always drink free. Stop on by, say hi. Ladies are welcome. The synth wave is always cranked. The neon is always lit. And the holotables, baby, You already know. The holotables are hot. Red